Hi everyone. In this video, I'd like to show you how to create and use a load test scenario in LoadNinja. Now, first we'll log in and we'll go to a project. We have a project here where we recorded a script, but we never created the load test scenario for it. You see, there's no load test scenario. So what a load test scenario does is it tells LoadNinja how to execute a script. By that, well, I'll show you. I'll create a load test scenario. And what this does is it says, I'm going to run, let's say, 20 virtual users. The script that I'm going to run is this one that we have already created. Now, we could have more than one script. We could have 2 scripts, 3 scripts, 4 scripts, in which case they would all get a portion of the virtual users, and you can adjust the percentage of virtual users over here. A lot of times in retail, what you'll do is you'll test 90% of the users going to the site, stepping through, doing a few searches, and then leaving. And then maybe 5% are doing something else, and 5% might do a checkout and actually purchase something. So you could set it up that way. Down here for load configuration, we have duration-based and iteration-based. By duration-based, what we're saying is we're going to have a certain period of time. And in that period of time, we're going to run our test. We're going to ramp up, we're going to hold it, and then the test is going to end. In iteration-based, it's not about time, it's about the number of times that you're going to execute the scripts. So you could say, I want 1,000 iterations. And see, we're doing that iterations per VU. So we could do 1,000 iterations per VU. We could do 100 iterations per VU, or just one, depending on what we wanted. Here, let's just go with duration for this. We're going to have a 10-minute test, and we're going to ramp up to our 20 virtual users in 1 minute. And then at the end of each iteration of the script, we're going to pause for 1 second before we start over again as a new virtual user. If we want to show the IPs before starting the test, we can do that by checking this box. And this enables you to whitelist those IPs in case you have software that tries to detect a denial of service attack. This will enable you to get past that. So we can do that if we want to. And also under playback, we can play back either recorded, which is what it's set to by default, or in this case, we're just going to go with minimum. Instead of minimum playback, that is adjusting the think time to a bare minimum so that we can get through this for this demo. Normally, you'd want to go with something a little bit different. You can go with random, and it can pick a random think time. You can set a fixed think time. Let's say you wanted to have 3 seconds be the think time between your actions. You could do that, or you could go with recorded. In this case, we'll just go with minimum. And you can time out here. And to time out, and just notice that you have all these handy little tooltips all over the place. But here, this is the number of seconds that LoadNinja is going to wait when it comes up against a couple of different circumstances. One of them is the web page is not loaded, and it's going to wait 30 seconds in this case for that web page to load. Or there is a web element that's required and it doesn't exist. And just in case it eventually shows up, we'll wait for 30 seconds and then continue on. But when we continue on, we're going to log an error. And then down below, error handling. So this is interesting. On error, we decide what we're going to do. We can either debug what happened, or we can just end what that virtual user is doing and start over again as a new virtual user. I'm going to leave it as debug, and debug does give you the ability to go in live and see what's happening within a certain period of time. And that period of time right now is listed as 1 minute. If you wait longer than a minute, you can't really do any debugging, but if you get it within that 1 minute, you can go in and debug and find out exactly what's going on. And that's all there is to it. So we're going to run 20 virtual users. We're going to build up to the 20 virtual users over the course of 1 minute, and then we're going to hold that until the timer reaches 10 minutes, and that's when the test will end. Now all you have to do is say save or save and run. So that's all there is to scenarios in LoadNinja. See you in the next video.